The bars are moving.
Are we recording?
Yeah, and that's So what do you mean? It's not Sleep Country USA. Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
Sleep
Ding.
Country USA. It's not that anymore.
Everyone like
why buy a mattress
anywhere else? Ding. Everyone knows the name of it.
Yeah.
And they know what they sell, and they'll like this. It's virally.
No, it's Sleep Train now.
It's
They changed the name to Sleep Train.
My brain, by volume, is probably 70% Sleep Country jingle.
Your ticket to a better night's sleep. I don't know how they sing it, but I don't know the melody yet.
Listen, I don't know. I guess I
bye bye a mattress. I can do that one.
Ding, right? I support a realm of sleep. You know what I mean?
This is a vehicle that takes you to sleep, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but where is the vehicle taking you? Sleep Country.
I don't know why you would change it when that is so ingrained in everyone's head. I don't know anyone who, like, if you go, Sleep Country USA,
they'll do the whole thing.
Buy a mattress anywhere else.
Even if they don't want to.
Yeah, they can't help it.
No,
maybe it's a West Coast thing? I don't know. Are they not anywhere else?
Either way, let's say that they were only a West Coast thing and they wanted to spearhead an East Coast expansion.
Yeah.
You know, why not have the tip of the spear be this virulent jingle? Or maybe they're like, well, we need to expand into the East. We need some kind of a train.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking about it backwards.
Yeah, I know on the radio, the guys do the Sleep Country commercials, and they're having a hard time not saying the jingle. Like, it's just natural.
They're suffering.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we're doing a strip. We wrote all of our 6-piece Acquisitions Incorporated thing.
Yeah, I'm going to start drawing that next week.
I told Brenna how it goes down.
Uh-huh.
And she thought it was a super funny hook.
I think it's a very funny hook, yeah.
And Faye is also down.
Oh, he read it?
Yeah, I kicked it over to him just so he could kind of know. I'll give Scott a call today.
Yeah, we should let Scott see what we're doing with Binwin, I guess.
Yeah, and see how he feels about it.
Yeah.
My suspicion is that it'll be like when he did the Ack Inc. thing.
Yeah.
Over PAX. I mean, I don't think it'll be a problem, but I think that he'll really like it. He liked I guess that's top secret. I can't talk about that. But he liked the other super secret thing that is wholly unknown.
Right. But also Acquisitions Incorporated related.
That's even that is too much.
Oh, too much.
Villain.
Sorry.
All right. Now, where to from here? So we need to record one extra podcast.
We have to record. Maybe we should record another one tomorrow.
Yeah, we can either record another one tomorrow or we can record another one next week. Josh said that we needed.
I thought we needed 2 extra ones.
I don't think we do. Now I'm gonna reveal myself to be an imbecile.
Oh, I don't understand how it works. I rely on you.
I was thinking about it in the dark of the night. I mean, it literally takes every tablespoon of mental acuity to project things in time. It's so funny. It's like, for Robert, this is like a basic skill. It's like, it's in the same way that you have like proprioception, which is like the idea that you know where you are in space. Like,
I thought that was hair loss.
No, fuck you. Anyway, Robert, he has like chronoception or temperoception or something like.
Well, it's very easy, I think, for most people to think ahead and plan.
Well, I can think ahead. It just takes. I have to like strap myself in and like white knuckle grip the armrest.
Yeah.
Use.
Yeah, you would think after 17 years of doing this, I don't know how many.
Yeah. But it's like but the reality is. I can project a couple weeks into the future, but like if somebody, like I've had people write me or call me and say, hey, great strip today. And I'll be like, what strip are you talking about?
Right.
Which comic? Like I'm like a fruit fly.
Yeah.
Like I just don't have it. But the podcast that we are recording now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That goes up next week.
Mm-hmm.
Now just stay with me.
Okay.
Next week, we will record 2 podcasts.
One for the week of
for the
PAX,
week of PAX and one
for
for the
we
week
come back.
after.
Oh, interesting.
You see what I mean?
I do.
I think that Josh, in his project managerial fervor, I'm sure that he would just love for us to do extra work.
Sure, but that's not going to happen.
Well, yeah, does he? It's like sometimes you say, "Do you know who I am?" when you want to get like a free dessert.
Right.
But this is a situation where it's like, "Do you know who I am?" and it's not a compliment.
No, you won't get more work than is absolutely necessary from me.
In any case,
And even then, that's tough.
yeah, I mean, when we come back from PAX,
Yeah.
yeah, we might stay out a day or two, but we'll be back in by Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, and we'll record a podcast and we'll
It'll
be
be fine.
completely ready to talk about Australia. Like it'll be an easy podcast to record. So anyway,
Yeah.
if you believe,
I'm fine with that. That sounds logical.
yeah, if you can see my,
It's like
my-
a beautiful mind.
yeah, so intricate.
Yeah, generally it's hard to get the work out of us, but I gotta say that now that my Lexapro dosage has been doubled, which is a good thing, I don't give a shit about anything.
Good or bad.
Or bad. Yeah. I mean, it is really hard to give any kind of a shit on 20 milligrams of Lexapro a day.
Well,
That's been my experience this last week.
well, yeah, but it's like when I went back on Lexapro, like I was really proud of what I was able to do with my desk, and now my desk is a communique from the fucking nightmare zone.
Yeah.
It's returned. Like,
Well, look at the schedule I was maintaining work-wise when I was depressed and anxious. That anxiety drives a man like a whiplash.
it's like the baying hound,
Yeah,
right? You were dealing with sort of like a how type situation.
I was, and I got shit done.
God, and it was so good.
It was good work, and I worked my ass off.
It
And
was
now,
so good.
yesterday, I pretty much just looked at Reddit.
Well, yeah.
I think I drew a pin.
well, no, you got a couple pins. I saw.
I got a couple pins.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that two things. One, there's probably a sort of like positive and negative poles of a battery situation with that kind of work. It's entirely possible that you were driven to create work that was agitating you, and that agitation was driving you to create work. It might be that you just hit a wall, because that was like a couple months, man.
It was, yeah.
Like you were, it's like you were trying to build a raft to stay afloat on out of work. Like you were trying to build a raft while drowning,
Yeah,
and you stayed afloat.
I did. Well, until I sunk.
Well, no, and that's to your credit.
Yeah.
That's to your credit. You did not sink all the way.
No, I sank low enough that
You bobbed.
I needed to go to my doctor, though.
You bobbed. Talk to your doctor about.
More drugs.
Yeah. Talk to your doctor about drugs you can't go to jail for.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you asked me, how does it affect, how are you feeling like with your
Do you
motivation?
feel lazy?
Well, I don't think that it's permanent.
I hope not. Yeah, I mean, it's only been 4 days or whatever.
Yeah. But do you feel better?
I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
I know I feel better because I am thinking back on the previous time,
And you can't parse it,
and
right?
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, why was I feeling that way?
Right.
Nothing matters.
Yeah.
None of this matters,
Yeah,
Jerry.
yeah. Well, yeah. Why was I so agitated? Nothing is real. It's like, and we're laughing about that
Yeah.
fundamental existential question. Other people may not find that amusing. But here's what I think it was for me. So for me, like, I was off it for 2 years,
Mhm.
and then I medicated otherwise
Sure.
in various ways, but the most serious part of that regimen was the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, because Brenna wanted to know why I decided to go back on it, and I was just like, well, I found a depression I could not lift my way out of.
It didn't matter how many curls you did.
No,
Yeah.
no, it didn't matter how many. I was gonna just assume that I would have used another gym term, and I was really tired. I was just like
It's draining.
The depression
yeah.
was so exhausting for so long. Just, I was about to use the term madness, and I was like, well, that's not it. And I was like, oh no, that's actually exactly what it is.
It is, yeah.
I'm not even being euphemistic. Like, I completely lost it to the point where I did not understand that I had lost it.
Yeah.
That I thought that these were real feelings.
That's the problem.
God damn it.
You get to that point and it's the new normal. What's the saying, like the frog in the hot water or whatever?
Probably.
The lobster? No, it's frog in, you put a frog, something about killing a frog.
Well, frogs get depressed too.
Well, you put a frog in normal water and then you slowly turn the heat up and the frog doesn't jump out.
Right. And
it
then
just sits there and boils and alive.
Yeah. That frog needs Lexapro, is that?
Basically, yeah. For 8 years I've been on the same dosage. But those 8 years, let's just say, have been intense.
Yeah.
And I needed more, but I just didn't notice it. I was slowly returning to that state. And I self-medicated too with various things, but a lot of it was work. Like, I was drawing at night at home. I was drawing here. I was drawing on the weekends.
Yeah, you're drawing in the middle of the night?
I was drawing in the middle of the night.
But you loved it, right?
Oh, I absolutely loved it, yeah. But I don't think that's sustainable.
No. But by the same token, God, that's the worst. God, it's the worst. Because we've trained ourselves to think that that's not the source of it.
Right.
Right? That isn't the source of the work that feels really good.
Yeah.
That tension. But what if it is? Are we wrong? Did we have to believe the other thing?
No.
Was it expedient for us to believe the other thing? And it's actually not true?
What do you mean?
I mean, do we have to believe that our work doesn't come from that so that we can stay alive?
Maybe. I mean, the work definitely comes from it. I think a certain kind of work comes from it. For me, it's like a frantic work. And it's good work.
It's fucking incredible.
It is good work.
It's like, I don't even want to tell you how good the work is.
But it's a crazy work that is exhausting. And I think you're right. I hit that wall, and I mean, I just crashed, and I realized, like, oh my God, I am not happy. These feelings are not normal. These are the feelings I had when I went to my doctor the first time.
Right. After talking with Will Shipley?
Will, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, my doctor was like, you're on half of what is normally prescribed. My old doctor who retired.
Yeah, it must have been a test.
I think it was a test, and I think he probably had every intention of seeing me again and probably raising my dosage, but the guy retired, and then I just never went back to the doctor.
Well, who were you getting the prescription from then?
So I went to this guy,
Jim?
I went to this guy, and I was like, hey, my doctor prescribed me Lexapro. I need to re-up it. And he's like, all right, here you go, re-upped. Like, that was it.
That seems weird.
Yeah, and so now when I went back to him...
because when my doctor wants to, there was a period of time where it's like, oh, you want to get your Lexapro? Oh, well, ho. We're going to do a full physical on you. Until you come in and get your physical, we're not going to give you this medicine that keeps you from the worst place.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was so strange,
life.
because it was so different from my experience. My guy was like, your old doctor gave you Lexapro? Yeah. All right. He just signed the thing. Get more here.
What the hell? Okay, I mean, listen, like, I don't think what happened to me was right, but that seems weird too.
Yeah, and now when I went
drugs,
back to him, I went back to him on Monday, and I broke everything down for him. He's like, well, let me look at this. He's like, oh, you're on 10. And I said, what's normal? 20 or 30? So now I'm on 20. It feels much better. But yeah, don't give a shit.
A very complicated business.
It is. Yeah. I think I can still get to, do that work. It's just going to be a way of finding out how to do it.
Oh,
now.
The other thing that I forgot, I told the first part and then I didn't say the second part. I think that part of it is just inertia, just don't want to move.
Yeah.
But the other part is that it's like sleep debt. Like, I was so depressed for so long that I actually need to chill out for a second.
Yeah, when we come back from Australia, my parents are going to watch the boys, and Karen and I are just going to go up into the woods or something, up in the mountains for a little while. I think I need to
To a cabin or
to a
just
cabin. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely go to a place where there's already a dwelling.
Yeah, there'll be a structure there,
Nice.
and yeah, I think you're right. I think just take a week or something.
Yeah,
and-
but it's complicated by the fact that I'm not good at relaxing at all. I think that
but now you might be.
I might be now or better at it, but also I think that that's actually like a skill that I need to learn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, our job is pretty ridiculous. Like, I feel guilty even, like, the idea that I would need to relax from it is ridiculous, but it's not wrong. A lot of that, I mean, that tension goes somewhere.
Well,
Even other people's tension goes somewhere. It tends to go to me.
yeah. Trying to maintain a 25-person enterprise on the back of your sense of humor for 18 years.
Well, when you put it that way.
I think takes a toll on a person. And I think it's okay to say, I need to rest and not be funny for a little bit.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Well,
I just need to turn this off for a little while.
we can't do it now.
Why not? Now's a great time.
Well, no.
Let's start today.
No, we have to.
I'm switching it off right now.
We have to. Actually, I'm at the board. You can't switch it off.
I'm switching off the humor.
Oh.
You can keep recording. The reality, Jerry, is I can't turn it off.
I know. It's like you're always angry. Is that
Yeah, I'm like the Hulk.
is that the secret?
Yeah.
I'm like a shark Hulk. I've always got to
I have to keep swimming angry.
swimming angrily. So we had talked about. I don't know if it's necessarily right today, but we had talked about like sometimes like you go like a little bit too far
Oh, with the sexy talk?
in the boudoir.
Yeah. You can go too far.
And some have.
Yeah. And we had an idea for what might constitute too far.
Right.
I think suggesting that you're going to haunt your wife's vagina like a ghost is, in the moment, it might feel right to say.
Yeah. It's I'm a vampire. You know, it's like right.
Well, if you were a vampire, though, they would have to invite you across the threshold.
That's true.
Yeah. Which I guess is good. I mean, that constitutes consent, I suppose. You got to get
Vampirism.
that. Yeah.
But there was that. What else was it? Oh, but there's the contracts. Like there's also the legacy of legend legacy.
It's Legend of Legacy.
Legero.
But which is weird because I think a legacy of legends makes more sense. Legend
of legacy.
I mean, they both work, but the other one makes more sense to me. But yeah, it's a cool game with some neat ideas.
But specifically the forging of contracts
with elemental
with
powers.
elementals, because it makes it, because you have the fight, but then underneath it there's like this negotiation.
Yeah, you can forge your contract with an element, and then with that contract you might have another character who's going to use that element to cast a spell. If the enemy steals that contract from you, that person still casts the spell, and the cost is taken out of their AP or whatever, SP. But the spell doesn't go off because you don't have a contract with that element anymore.
Yeah, but it's such a cool inversion. There's so many assumptions of that system.
Yeah.
One of the assumptions being that, if you have MP, you can cast the spells that
spells.
you know.
Yeah. But now you need this other thing. You need the favor of the element.
Yeah, you need high-powered negotiations.
And the elements in each area are different. The concentrations of different elements are different in each area.
So do you have the ability to forge other types of contracts?
Right now it's just water. I'm only like 3 hours into the game.
So later, but that comes from those crystals, the singing crystals?
Yes, the crystals give you contracts. They give you charms, one of which is the ability to forge a contract.
I see. And is that something only one person can do?
No,
Or does your party own them?
You can equip those in anybody. Now, you must have the shard of the stone in order to form the contract. But some of the other charms, like Water Shield, if you use them enough, your character will just learn it. And then you don't have to carry that shard around anymore. You can give it to somebody else.
Interesting. So it's the tip. It's that thing where spells are coming from items, and then you can equip that, and then eventually learn the thing off the item.
Yes.
Oh.
Except for contracts. As far as I can tell, that's the other thing. There's no fucking manual, and the instructions are, like, in-game instructions are nebulous and limited. It honestly feels a lot like Bloodborne to me. Because
Oh,
when I go to read these forum threads, people are like, I think this is how this works.
oh, you're thinking about back when you were learning the basic lore and some of these interactions, like with people inside houses.
Right, right. I feel like, because I'll go to the GameFAQs board or some other message board.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They
That's
have,
what I saw,
they have
too.
theories about how this shit is working, but it's very hard to find actual information.
Is this an import?
It is, yeah.
Oh, I see. So this is actually an import, and you switched the language to English?
Oh, no. I thought you meant, was it imported? No, it came out in the U.S.
Oh,
It came out on Tuesday.
Jesus.
But there's no hand-holding. It is very, very hard. Like, if you die in the game, if a character dies during a round...
Then you die in real life.
Yeah. No.
No.
You can bring them back, but from now on, until you go back to town and sleep, they have reduced hit points. Like, each time a character falls in battle, they come back. You get healed at the end of each round, but if they died, they have limited health that keeps going down. So it makes
Wild.
exploring these areas and mapping them.
Well, and mapping them is your main way of interacting with a place, right?
Yeah.
Now,
And
do you have
if
to
you
map
die, it kicks you back to the entrance to the zone.
and it's shrouded again?
No, it's not shrouded again.
Oh.
Well, whatever you revealed is there.
Okay.
But these zones are huge.
That is interesting.
Like, it's hard. And it's not like most of these games where you can sort of, I don't know, blindly jump through these fights, like hitting A, beep, 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 going through these fights. Any one of these fucking guys that you run across can kill you.
Oh, it's one of those?
Yeah. Like, you go into a fight and it's just some plant guy. He'll wipe your whole party. He doesn't give a shit. Like, there's no trash, really. So, again, that reminds me a lot of Bloodborne. Like, you have to be thinking about every fight.
That is really interesting, man.
Yeah.
And so the crew, they called it's FURYU. They're like a super group, right? Yeah, made in conjunction with former staff members for Square Enix and Level 5.
That seems pretty great.
Yeah, that's the definitional fucking. These are the motherfuckers.
Yeah. Remember Wild Arms?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But here's the crazy thing, right? About the setup for this. So like Bloodborne is like a return to a more gruesome, harrowing style of gameplay after a lot of action games and RPGs have been trying to loosen up.
Yeah.
Like, that's interesting to me too, just on its own. I mean, they've been trying to get broader.
Right. This is not broad.
No. And then Dark Souls and Bloodborne are completely unrelenting, but that cruelty, that new difficulty type cruelty, just it turns player bases into cults.
Yeah.
Like, I'd never even played Bloodborne, and I already knew I was a fan because I knew what they had done before.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that there was a thing called a Bloodborne, and I was already ready to go. But the idea that you don't know anything about it,
Yeah.
and people don't really know when you go online, you try to find some info. I feel like that is a funny thing, especially since some of this language is so odd, like specifically this contractual language.
Yeah, when I read you that post yesterday, I was trying to find out information about how the contracts work. It didn't make any sense. Now it does.
Yeah, right. But even just reading it, like on the page for the game, trying to be informed about that system.
Yeah. But I got the collector's edition, which actually is super nice. So I didn't realize I bought it.
Art book?
Yeah, it came in an art book. They gave everyone, like, if you just went and bought the game, it was a collector's edition.
Yeah, that's an Atlas thing.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like, I opened the box from Amazon expecting to see a DS case, and I get this beautiful big box with a fucking soundtrack and a 40-page art book.
No, they
but
Atlas,
no goddamn manual.
Right. But they definitely try to do. I mean, they know who their fan is.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah. I poured through that art book.
Oh yeah, I used to love the Atrian Odyssey ones that would come with those soundtrack.
Yeah,
Oof.
but yeah, no manual, no real help in game.
I'm sure we can figure it out. Yeah, but you're not even mad.
No.
In fact, it's only stoked your ardor.
And to me, that's the sign of a good game, right? Like, there are games that can be difficult to understand.
Yeah.
But the gameplay and the visuals, like the game makes you want to learn it.
Right.
You know, like it's giving you this beautiful place to explore, and it's saying, this is a mysterious place. And if it's beautiful enough and if it's fun enough to be there, then I want to explore it.
Yeah, then learning about it will teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like there might be something funny just in the not knowing, coupled with these weirdly specific terms.
Yeah. Yeah, they give you the ability to forge a contract with elementals, but don't really tell you what that means or how you should do it. And you can see that the enemies can forge them too.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
Is it bad for them to do that? It's like, I remember when that first fight, when we were still trying to figure it out, they had forged like 3 different contracts.
Right.
And then at the end of every turn, this whoosh of colorful energy would go around.
Yeah.
It's like, is it good or bad to have this energy? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, even I would like to. I would just like to sit over there and learn it.
Yeah.
I just want to figure it out. I love that stuff. I mean, that's why I like Atlas games, which is to say JRPG type stuff.
Right.
And there's a lot of weird stuff at different tiers that a lot of times just doesn't get here. For a long time, remember the PSP was like the zone for these.
You could get them there, yeah.
Whacked out fucking ports.
Yeah, and what's funny is this game wasn't on my radar. I'd never even heard of it. I was looking at game releases and saw the cover art, and in my head I was like, that looks like the sequel to Bravely Default. I'm going to buy it. And then I did some more reading after I'd already ordered it and saw that it was just like in the same art style.
And it still turned out okay.
Yeah.
That's the best.
It turned out great.
That's the best part, right? The best part is that you bought a game and it wasn't even the game you thought.
No.
And it turned out okay.
What you playing? Legend of Legacy. How's it work? I have no idea.
Right?
How long have you been playing? About 3 hours. And you don't understand how it works? I get some of it.
I know this monster's a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this black wolf over here.
I know he's a bad guy.
I feel like it's important to. I definitely forged contracts with elementals, and then what? I don't know.
I don't really know after that. Sometimes those contracts are stolen by enemies.
I don't know if I didn't treat the elementals right.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that would be.
And they won't tell me.
Well, does having a contract with an element make spells of that element more powerful? That seems like a great idea.
That might happen.
That's my current theory.
It's the going theory.
It's the going theory. What does it mean when they get the contract? What does it mean when they have this shadow contract? I don't know. What does it mean when you have the water contract? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's like when we started Penny Arcade. We just signed any contract.
Yeah.
Like anybody who came through with a contract, we took some time out.
Well, what's funny is when you go to make the contract, it lets you target the elementals, which implies that you could target something else, I guess? I don't know yet.
Basically, you're just targeting the air?
Well, yeah, the camera pans up, and you can see the elements floating
Swirling
in the air
around
you. And so you're like, yes, I want to target those elements. And anytime you can view the elements in the vicinity and see what their relative sort of concentration is, like you hold a button and the camera pans up and shows you these swirling elements, and it'll be like 12 water, 9 fire, 8 air.
Yeah, I mean, so later on when you're going into these zones, I mean, I wonder if that's like sort of informing how you play.
Well, I was able last night, I found this ancient statue, and when I activated it, the power of my shard like resonated with it, and it turned it into like a water artifact.
Was that temporary?
No. From that point on, it just sort of emitted water elements, and whenever I fought near it, there was, a higher concentration of water elements in the air. So that seems cool. I have no idea.
Legend of Legacy.
And there's this cat that keeps telling me that there's a Stargord here.
A Stargord?
Yeah.
Dude, and there's this cat. Dude, listen, that has to be in the strip.
He asked me if I want to hear about it, and I'm like, I don't want to hear about this Stargord
No,
yet.
it's like, no, man, I don't want to hear about your fucking Stargord. Does he tell you anyway?
No, he's like, all right, fine. Let me make sure that that's what it's called.
Well, there was definitely some kind of star. You were looking at some kind of star thing yesterday.
Well, they're star
Weeds.
fruits or something
Star
like that.
leaf. Right?
Yeah.
God, I hope it's a Stargord. I'll be disappointed if it isn't.
Star Grawl. Sorry.
Grawl?
Star Grawl. Graal.
Oh, Christ. That's even better.
So the hook is that this island emerged out of nowhere one day, and now adventurers just go there and are trying to map it. And one of the legends of this island that you can try to investigate is something called the Star Grawl. And this cat has a
It's a
hard on
place?
for the Star Grawl. I don't know if it's a place or a person.
Does he have beef with Stargrawl?
I have no idea. He's like, "What are you? Are you here for the Star Grawl? No. You want to hear about him? You want me to talk to you about some Star Grawl? Shut up, cat.
Sometimes cats ask me if I'm here for the
Star Grawl.
This is real. Sometimes cats ask me if I'm here for the Stargrawl, and it's like I wanna help his cat, but it's like
But I also don't want to commit myself to investigating the Star Grawl right now.
it's really a comment on this age.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't want to it's like maybe.
So basically, what you're telling me is you have no idea what's going on. Is there anything you do know? Sometimes this cats ask me if I'm here for the Star Grawl.
What do you say?
So far, I've said no. It seems like committing to a Star Grawl scenario. I'm not ready to commit.
Yeah, at this juncture
Yeah. I just don't feel like I'm ready to commit
to anything Grawl related.
anything Grawl related. That's a smart play. That's the smart play.
Yeah, I think that's the smart play. Good move. Sometimes cats ask me if I'm here for the Stargrawl, and I say no.
Why do you say no? I don't know if I'm there for the Star Grawl. I mean, I've asked myself.
Time and time again. And I say no, but why? Yeah. So let's get a first panel.
Okay.
Let's get rid of the looser stuff, and let's just jump right into the thing about the contracts and how confusing it is.
Okay.
And then in panel 2, Tycho's like, is there anything you do know? And then Gabe's like, for some reason I've written the name Cats instead of Gabe, but I'm going to change it.
Okay.
So now you don't draw a bunch of cats,
I won't.
okay?
I might draw one.
Okay, well, one cat, but no more. You know what? Take it easy today.
Okay. I was planning on it anyway.
So sometimes cats ask me if I'm there for the Stargrawl, and I say no.
Or if I'm interested in the Star Grawl.
And I say no. Why?
I don't know if I am.
I don't know. He doesn't know. I don't feel like I'm ready to commit to anything Grawl related.
Not yet. I'm only 3 hours in.
I don't know right now. He just anything Grawl related, and then I think that's the smart play. I think is good.
Legend of Legacy, huh? Is it any good? Oh, it's great. How's it work? I don't have any fucking clue. I'm forging contracts with elements. Those contracts are being stolen by enemies, which seems to affect my ability to charm.
I'm forging elemental contracts. Enemies are stealing them.
And then I can't cast my charms. Or I can, but they fail.
Enemies stealing them. And that seems to be affecting my charms.
My charms? Yeah, and that seems to be affecting my charms. What does any of that mean?
Yeah, but what?
What?
Is there anything you do understand? Yeah.
Sometimes cats ask me if I'm interested in the Stargrawl. And I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Yeah. How's Legend of Legacy? Is it cool?
Awesome. Been playing it for 3 hours. That's great. How's it work? No fucking idea. I'm forging contracts with elements. Enemies are stealing them. And that seems to affect my charms.
Seems to be affecting my charms.
But I'm pretty sure I can do something with these shards. These singing shards.
And the shards.
I think it's all connected to these singing shards.
This is the tiny symbols,
The
right?
tiny symbols. They must mean something.
Should I put that up in the top?
Yeah, put it in there.
They don't mean anything.
No,
God damn it.
they did not mean anything.
They didn't mean shit. You have to look at the back of the thing.
You have to look at the side that doesn't have the tiny symbols.
It's the opposite of
Yeah.
what I thought. So how does Legend because we're running out of space up there.
You have to start quicker.
Yeah. How does Legend of Legacy work?
I have no fucking idea.
I don't have any fucking idea. I'm forging elemental contracts. Enemies are stealing them.
And then that seems to affect my charms. I'm pretty sure it's all connected to these singing shards.
I think the singing shards are important.
Yeah, I think the singing shards are important. Yeah, maybe it ends with that seems to affect my charms, period. And then like lower in another bubble. I think the singing shards are important.
You're saying it like that?
Yeah, like-
But I actually just arranged it that way.
Oh, okay.
In the text. Tycho says, is there anything you do know? Sometimes cats ask me if I'm interested in the Stargrawl, and I say no. Why? I don't know. I don't feel like I'm ready to commit to anything Grawl related. Yeah, I think that's a smart play.
Yeah.
When I cast the pot, it's like I cast the rod, keeping it hard like a motherfucker gas robot.
I'm reeling cod, today's fresh catch. I mean a podcast, something about nets.
Yes, it gets better when it's winter. I'm fettered by my fish gear, catch and release. Get in that crease when my fish near.
Talk about a plant best laid off that stray. And yes, I crave that tuna with his peck fin displayed. But while I'm glistening from the whole sea, you better listen into TLC.
I got that wild caught salmon. It's tender and it's moist.
Downloadable content, a podcast of choice.